Aloha and welcome to Betty's Real Estate Corner, brought to you by Sakamoto Properties, where prestige is our business, reputation our foundation. Here we are, it's another Tuesday at KAOI.
Another Tuesday, and it's our pre-Christmas show, so Mele Kalikimaka.
Mele Kalikimaka, another great Christmas is coming, and we dressed appropriately today, so we're really looking forward to Christmas and all of the things that come with it. You know, we've talked over the last couple of years about some of the things that we think are important in our community for Christmas, and the biggest thing is finding ways to give back and to help. And for a lot of people, that isn't trying to donate money, it's trying to just help out in your community. There's so many needs that are just specific to a person, not to a whole organization, and they're all around you. So if you think about it and you watch and you look, there's something that you can do. Don't you think, Roy?
Oh, no question. Absolutely. And Maui has a great history of giving, and Maui residents are unique in that way. There's no question Maui is the best for all sorts of donations and contributions to worthwhile causes. And again, Maui, we reach out to you to ask you to help contribute and do your best, whatever you can, to various charities. And there's many worthwhile charities here. So in the season of giving, give.
You know, one of the things for a lot of us would be make a donation before the end of the year, because obviously for tax advantages, that works really good. So it's worth doing that. Talk to your accountant, or you know how to do it. So if you can do that, think about it. Our two special ones are the Lahaina High School Foundation and also Kalikimaka. And then Dean from our office has been diligently working on things for Maui Preparatory Academy. So there's a lot of things. One of the things, Roy, that I'm saying though is think about your neighbors. Think about people that as Christmas comes, that there's a lot of stress and they're trying to do things for their family, or maybe they're helping out with an older family member and you could take an afternoon shift for them so that they're able to go shopping, or maybe a little bit of babysitting for the same thing. You know, you've got younger kids, the older kids are in school, and you can help them out. Again, the same thing, a shift of babysitting so they can go and get their Christmas shopping done. Or there's so many little things that you can do. Read a book to somebody, you know, to an elderly person that's more or less alone, or at Kalikimaka. Find different ways. It's not all about money. And Hawaii's never been all about money. It's been one person giving back, one person paying it forward. So I think there's so much that we can all do that isn't all about money.
Absolutely. And, you know, as Betty mentioned, Lahaina High School is one of our pet charities, the Lahaina High School Foundation. And Jeff Rogers, 661-5332 at the foundation office. Now, Lahaina, as everybody on Maui knows, was the beneficiary of a huge donation from Mrs. Sue Cooley. And we had a chance last week to take Mrs. Cooley up to show her the rewards of her donations. And the football field, the track, the stadium, and the entranceway with the Sue D. Cooley nameplate up there is very impressive. And what a great experience last week.
It was fabulous. The nameplate is bronze and it's huge. There's a picture of Mrs. Cooley on it, and behind her, I mean, this photo was taken without intent, but it later turned out to be one of the photos that we thought would be great forever, because it has one of the football players standing behind her with his hand on her shoulder, and he's got his helmet on, face mask, etc. But there's something about it that's really very meaningful, and I love it, and I know she loved the photo. And it also has the proclamation that was given to her by the Board of Education of the state of Hawaii, which is extremely meaningful. But being up there the other day, which is kind of what you're saying, Roy, part of the things were the little things. It turns out that the soccer team started with the girls, but then the guys started coming, and they all pretty quickly realized that this was Mrs. Cooley. And they, you know, as we all talked a little bit, one of them wanted to be able to say hello. Well, then everybody really wanted to. So we had to kind of organize it into a way that she's older, so that she needs someone to be there near her, so that the kids were all respectful and nice, and thank you, Mrs. Cooley, thank you, Auntie, thank you, Mrs. They were so sweet about how they love their field and how important it is.
What was great was it was all impromptu. This was not staged. We were just up there showing her the plaque, and the soccer team happened to be practicing. So the kids were just absolutely fantastic. It was a real chicken skin moment.
The other thing that was really great is they're in the middle of a lot of people over the last many years with all of the fundraising that's been done and still needs to be done. A lot of people have purchased a paver, and it's a fairly large paver that's being set right now. They're in the middle of working on it. They're all laid out. So there's pavers and there are also bricks, so that you can decide what you would want to do. But when you get up there now and you look at it and you walk around them and you can see, you could do something like that as a Christmas gift to your family, and have a plaque there that would be there forever, that would say, it could say Merry Christmas. It could say dedicated to, the Sakamoto family, dedicated to the Meyer family, etc. You've got to put something, and then put your names or put the names of the kids. We did one, and we put the names of all of our kids and their kids, so that forever it'll be there, and I love it. I really love it. Roy, of course, is a Lahaina Luna graduate, class of 1960.
Ooh, you had to say
Yes,
that.
I had to say it. His dad, who has unfortunately passed away now, was class of 1929. And my daughter, Julie Ahu Flynn, is a class of 1982. And she's a little redheaded girl, but she became a Sakamoto when she lived here and really loved everything about Lahaina Luna, her grandma and grandpa Sakamoto, and we've had an unbelievably fabulous life here with that little Lahaina Luna graduate.
Yes, we have. We've had a great lead-in with Neil Everett, and Neil Everett, as everyone knows, is a big-time announcer with ESPN Sports. And last week, before the Heisman Trophy Award was given out, he was talking about Marcus Mariota from Oregon and the two other very worthwhile candidates for the Heisman Trophy. And he said one big thing for Mariota is that he's the only candidate who knows what a plate lunch is. So
that's pretty good.
Neil has some Kama'aina roots for sure, even though he doesn't live here.
Now, Marcus graduated from St. Louis. In Honolulu.
Right.
And again, I like Lahaina Luna football, but I could live without the rest of it. It's all fine, but I'm not going to sit for hours and hours and hours. But when you came up to Lahaina Luna this year playing, and kids playing, and how important it is to their lives and everything that they learn, I think football, especially on the high school level, is so important in the lives of these kids.
Well,
Soccer also.
All sports. We're into basketball season now. So get out there and support your favorite high school, whether it's Maui High or Baldwin or Kinkekaliki or Lahaina Luna. We'll see you at the Lahaina Luna games. But whoever your favorite team is, go out and support them, cheer them on. The sportsmanship you'll see in high school sports here is unmatched, unbelievable. And a lot of colleges and pros could take note of what goes on here, because the kids are great.
I agree with you. The kids are amazing. And remember the girls' teams too, because for whatever reason, I think supporting the boys in their sports has been something that's been done for centuries. But the girls are playing more and more, and if you get to the high school girls basketball, they are unbelievable. They are real players.
Yeah.
There was one of the girls at Lahaina Luna that won a full ride 4-year scholarship to Gonzaga a couple of years back. Lanny Tejada's granddaughter.
Right.
Really an amazing athlete. Amazing athlete.
There was one that had a full ride scholarship to the University of Indiana, which is big for basketball.
And it's amazing. And all of the things that are going on right now. Let's remember to, even for the holidays, anytime you see someone that you feel is a little sad, give them a little upbeat moment. Or I think everybody, let's pay attention. I always try in the grocery store, there'll be somebody in front of me, and if I notice that somebody's really digging, looking for change or something to finish paying, give them 50 cents, give them $1, or just say I got it. Or I think if you've heard a while ago, somebody in some store would go in and whoever was behind them, they would pay for their groceries or pay for something. What a sweet, wonderful way to do a great holiday thing.
Yes.
So there's so many things that we can do this holiday season. And I guess we could also buy real estate.
Well, absolutely. We are a real estate show. And, I was looking at our luxuryrealestate.com website this morning. And I didn't know we had affiliates in Africa. Did
Yes. I never thought about it, but
Wow.
I think we have affiliates everywhere through the luxuryrealestate.com. Who's who in luxury real estate? But I think that is the site, luxuryrealestate.com.
Right. You can get there with by hitting on our website, sakamotoproperties.com. Call our office, 669-0070, or go to luxuryrealestate.com. And you've got 10-15 minutes to kind of have fun. Go shop the world. Go look at what's for sale in Portugal, what's for sale in Argentina, Panama.
It's pretty fun. If you go to sakamotoproperties.com and you can buy Maui, buy the world.
Yes.
It's I can't remember how we've said it now, but it's pretty fun when you look at our site, because you can actually hit on a link that will take you to the Who's Who in Luxury Real Estate site. I think it's Shop Maui, Shop the World.
Right.
And it's really great. So take a look, because it is fun to go around and kind of think about all of these different places in the world. And most of us are never going to go there. Most of us are never going to be looking for property there, but somebody does. You may meet someone and want to say to them, look through this. If you come into our website and go there, usually the brokers will end up giving us a call and saying that somebody was looking, did we know who it was, etc. And that's fun too, because we've been able to direct people to our website, not only to buy a Maui property, but to buy properties all around the world.
Well, we've helped people buy in Manhattan.
Yes.
And it's kind of fun. If you want to see what property is selling for right now in Portland, Oregon, or Scottsdale, Arizona, or wherever in the world, not only in mainland.
So that is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to go through that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when you're on there, obviously you get into the Maui Shop the World. So if you shop Maui, you can see anything you want. You can see places in Kihei, Wailea, Wailuku, Kahului, everywhere on Maui, every listing that there is. Our primary area is West Maui, but we tend to try to help someone anywhere and get you through the process. Direct you, maybe if we don't think we're the ones to be doing that, we'll direct you to someone else. We'll get you started with a lender, which is the most important thing. And as you come up to Christmas, give yourself a present. Start trying to figure out if this is the year that you can buy real estate. But check in with us, 808-669-0070 or sakamotoproperties.com, and let us direct you to a lender, because that often is the first place to start. Wouldn't you say, Roy?
Yes. And it's interesting. I was just browsing through our records for the year, and we were involved in sales anywhere from the mid-40s, like 45, 46,000, on up. I think our high water mark was something around 6 million or something. But we've had all price ranges, the whole scope of real estate here on Maui. And so if you're just interested in buying a starter home and so forth, we're perfect. We'll help you get started. Call us, 669-0070. Again, our website, sakamotoproperties.com.
Roy's right. We have had this year, we've had sales that have been a little bit all over the board, because we've had some of the properties, and often those were either first-time buyers that are looking to get a start, and they pick up something that they can afford that gets them living in their own place instead of paying rent. And then a lot of those properties this year also have gone to investors who find that they can buy a property here. They don't have to spend $500,000, but they end up with a property. They can come here. They aren't usually staying there. They're using it as a long-term rental for someone, sometimes short-term rentals depending on where it is. And then they come here and they stay wherever they've always wanted to stay. But they also can write off a trip in most cases, when they come and, be sure that their property is good, check up on it, etc. But there's so many great values still. And the mortgages are so fabulous right now that it really is worth your paying attention today versus waiting for another year to see what the market does. So it really is important that you do it now.
Well, mortgage rates aren't going to stay this low. In fact, there's signs that it's probably headed up within the next 60 to 90 days. So you've got that window right now, and take advantage of it. Low prices, low interest rates. Wow, what a great time to buy.
That is so true. The interest rate thing, until you've really taken the time to work with someone in regard to a possible purchase, and that you start to understand the relationship between the mortgage interest rate and the amount of property that you can buy. We happen to have lived at a time when interest rates went up to 18%, and people did still buy properties. But again, their ability to buy was hampered by the high interest rate. So even today, if you get back to a 6% interest rate, 7%, it's going to be a major difference from your being able to buy as an owner-occupant today with possibly something between 3.75 and under 5%. So really, it is a great time to be looking. Points and costs are less than they used to be. So again, it's now. It is the time to be doing it, and we are more than happy to get you directed to the right people.
And again, SakamotoProperties.com is the perfect place to start, or 669-0070.
Again, any special properties now today, Roy? What are you thinking of?
I'll tell you, we just listed a golf villa, a 2-bedroom at the golf villa at Kapalua. It's 26P, 3 and 4, 2 doors, right on the golf course, right on the 11th fairway of the day course, and listed at $850,000. Just been totally remodeled, spick and span, brand new furnishings, just shows great. And $850,000 certainly is not going to last.
Actually, it's kind of interesting, some of the properties right now. We have a listing in Napili, which is just below, it's coming up off the lower road. There's a small street, Kilinahe, and it's just below where the Napili Shopping Center is. So we have a property there that's about 2,300 square feet plus an ohana. It's on a quarter of an acre approximately, listed at $985. But one of the interesting things on a property like this is that because it does have a legal ohana, you're able to use that income for your qualifying. So if you're looking for a house, great house, almost brand new, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, plus the ohana, really way worth taking a look at this property. It's fabulous. It's listed at $985. And again, if you take into account the income from the ohana, it makes it easy to qualify for.
Right, or use it as quarters for your in-laws or your parents. Maybe your parents are aging and unable to really fully take care of themselves. How great to have an ohana just steps away from where you live, and your parents can live there, your in-laws, kids, your children. So what a great buy, $985 with an ohana.
Another idea with a property like that, and we just had another one that sold with this idea in mind. In a lot of cases, people here are finding that they need assistance with the down payment. And often there is a parent that can afford to help them with it and either be on title with them or will give them a gift of the money. But in a case like this, we had them that went on title together, and the parents put up the down payment. The kids are going to be making all of the payments, but the parents are going to keep the ohana for themselves. So when they're here, they've got their own place. They can keep their clothes here and keep their golf clubs and have their own private place. but the kids have the 3-bedroom home. And I think, again, there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of parents around that are willing to help their kids make a first purchase. So I think that all of these things are important for people.
Oh, totally, absolutely. And again, it's call us 669-0070, or as Betty says, look at our website. Get on our website, and you can certainly find a property that is exactly what you're looking for, where you're interested in, whether it's Napili, Lahaina, Wailuku, Sprecklesville, wherever on Maui.
It looks like we bypassed the 2-minute warning and are probably coming down on the 1-minute warning pretty quickly. But thank you to everybody for joining us today. I feel like what we want to say, and I think we said it to a certain extent, we wanted to have a Christmas message today. We wanted to say to you that let's all help one another. Christmas is such an important time. There's so many people that end up sad on Christmas. I mean, I've spent many Christmases that I was a little sad when my daughter would be back on the mainland with her dad, and yet you just had to find those times. We have 4 other kids that grew up coming back and forth. They're in California now. But it's been amazing, and everybody will have those sad times, but we need to all be there for one another, help one another. Merry Christmas, or Mele Kalikimaka, goes a long way in getting a smile.
Absolutely, and practice aloha.
Practice aloha. We're going to have Neil Everett come back on for a minute, so Mele Kalikimaka.
Mele Kalikimaka.
Neil Everett here.